So let's kick it off with the full frame sensor in the camera. I think despite the price, the most attractive thing about this camera is its sensor. It's a 26 megapixel CMOS sensor, and I think the images that come out of this camera are really beautiful. They're really easy to manipulate in post. And yeah, I think that's really one of the biggest draw cards about this camera. If you are going to buy this camera in 2023, you really do need to consider getting additional batteries for it. It's definitely a big con about the camera. We've shot this camera at events, we've shot it in studio, and you always have to have batteries on standby because they do go quite quickly. And I think, if anything, I wish Canon had put the bigger batteries in this camera so that the battery life is decent. But yeah, I think if you're going to get this, get at least 2 additional batteries. So the Canon RP can shoot video, and it's not terrible. It can shoot 4K, but it will have a crop. It doesn't shoot log, but you can definitely load picture profiles onto the camera to help you get like a bit of a flatter image that you can manipulate in post. So yeah, do consider that. I don't think it's heavy on the video side, but if you do want to grab some footage here and there, you definitely get some decent picture out of it. So the RP uses the newer RF mount, the newer Canon RF mount, which I think is amazing, especially paired with this sensor. We've always had the 35mm 1.8 that pretty much lives on this camera, and it's great. The autofocus is amazing. It's quite snappy, and we have an 85mm, an aftermarket one that we have on the camera, which also has been great. But yeah, just note that there aren't a lot of third-party options when it comes to the RF mounts, because Canon kind of just doesn't want anyone to make the autofocus RF mount stuff. So it is very tricky to find aftermarket lenses that are more budget friendly. Despite the Canon RF lenses being so amazing, just know that they are quite steep. And I think you still can adapt the older EF lenses to the camera, but you won't be taking advantage of the mount itself, which I think has a lot to offer. This brings us to, I think, the conclusion of this video, and that is the Canon RP still worth getting in 2023? And I think for us it's a definite yes. If you're looking to get into a full frame sensor, I think this camera makes sense considering the price and what you can really get out of it. Just note that it's not a great hybrid. I think it definitely does lean more towards stills, but I think as an entry full frame camera using the best autofocus, using the newer technology, it's definitely a good option to buy into. So yeah, man, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us some comments at the bottom, and don't forget to follow us on the socials, and we'll definitely see you on the next one. Cheers.